And as those ballots are still being tallied, the California Republican Party filed a lawsuit today challenging California's new congressional maps.
As for where that will go, KCRA3's political director Ashley Zavala joins us right now with their argument and how politicians impacted by these newly redrawn maps are how they're responding.
Yeah, as we reported in the summer and fall, the Republican Party had tried a few times to get the courts involved, but were unsuccessful, especially at the state level. Republicans are now asking a federal court to stop those new gerrymandered maps from going into effect, claiming they favor one race over all the others.
It's about sticking with the Constitution, and it's about equality and fair and equal treatment.
The California Republican Party suing Governor Gavin Newsom and Secretary of State Shirley Weber for Proposition 50. The party claims California's new congressional maps violate the Constitution by favoring Latino voters more than others. In the lawsuit, attorneys pointed to statements made by the paid map drawer Paul Mitchell and California's Democratic legislative leaders stating the maps empower Latino voters to elect their candidates of choice.
This violates the 14th Amendment's guarantee of equal protection under the law and the right under the 15th Amendment to not have one's vote abridged on account of race.
In a statement, Governor Gavin Newsom's spokesperson taking aim at the lawyers, saying, quote, "We haven't reviewed the lawsuit, but if it's from the California Republican Party and Harmeet Dillon's law firm, it's going to fail. Good luck, losers."
We want to make sure that any map complies with the Voting Rights Act.
Republican Representative Kevin Kiley, who could lose his District 3 seat with the new maps, weighed in.
I haven't read the complaint. I'd kind of be surprised if anything came of that, though.
I don't think it's unexpected that they filed the lawsuit.
Democratic Representative Ami Bera decided to run for District 3 under the new maps. You're confident that this seat is going to be something you can run for?
Yeah, I mean, the voters voted, and I think it's hard to overturn the will of the voters.
Republicans have tried unsuccessfully to get the courts to intervene before Tuesday's vote in California. Adjunct McGeorge School of Law professor and lobbyist Chris McHaley says this time likely won't be any different.
I doubt it'll be successful because I think that ultimately the federal courts will determine that these redrawn maps do comply with the Federal Voting Rights Act.
Now, the attorneys for the California Republican Party want the courts to clear this up and answer this question fairly quickly. They're hoping within the next 6 weeks so that their candidates can plan, of course, for the 2026 election, which is now right around the corner.
Let's talk about President Trump. I mean, he called this election yesterday rigged to begin with. So, I mean, is he going to get involved with what we're seeing now with this lawsuit?
That's something we're working to find out at this point. And so far in my conversations with sources, that seems possible, even likely at this point. As pointed out by Governor Gavin Newsom's office, the attorneys representing the California Republican Party are with Dillon Law Group. That's a firm that was founded by one of Trump's top DOJ officials, Harmeet Dillon. The president did say Prop 50 was under legal review. So again, stay tuned. It's something we're watching. Just another thread in all of this.
Yeah, another court case. Thank you so much, Ashley.